Hey guys, welcome back to Bohs Fan TV, and today we're going to be looking ahead to the 2023 season. Obviously, it's 17 days now until we kick off the season away to Cork. Um, I'm sure we're all excited to get the season started, get back to playing, get back to going to the games. I think based off pre-season, I think it's been good. A few decent results. We played teams like Shells and Pats and Galway. We played North End United in the Senior Cup there last weekend, and we got a good result, a 5-1 win. But it's all about the start of the season now. Not too long, like I said, 17 days, and I think this video is going to be talking about what can we expect from this season, what should we be expecting. Obviously, it's been a busy off season, I suppose. There's been players in, players out. Maybe still lacking a few players in defence. We'll talk about that in a few moments. But I suppose if looking back on last year as well, it wasn't good enough. Let's be honest. We should be doing a lot better. And obviously with sacking Keith Long and bringing in Declan Devine, it was going to be a transition, I suppose. And obviously he's had this off season now to bring in the players he wants, and we'll talk about that now anyway. And just looking at the squad, it's still a bit tight with, especially in defence. Goalkeepers is it's looking okay. We've got Talbot signed back. They've Dennison signed from Longford. We've got Young, Breesburn. I think that's supposed to have three decent goalkeepers. Uh, that we can rely on in this coming season. But I think the defence is where it gets a bit kind of we've only got two centre halves. With 17 days until the season starts. Obviously, there's been talk today that Josh Kerr has left. Kind of unexpectedly, really. Doesn't there wasn't really any no rumours about it or anything, especially since we're so tight on centre halves. It came as a surprise, but because we only have Kane Byrne and Grant Horton as things stand. Obviously, hopefully that we've a couple of centre halves coming in now with Kerr gone. Um, at full back as well. We've no right backs. Froy Feely went to Barrow. And we didn't really. I think we should have signed a decent right back when Lyons went, but obviously we signed like Packham and loan and all. It didn't really work out. And I think we don't have any right backs. We probably need about two right backs. Um, left back, I think we're okay. We've got Paddy Kirk back and we've got Ryan Burke as well. Midfield is looking good as well. We've got Flores, we've got Clark, we've got, you know, McDonald and James McManus. He's a good young player. I'm sure he'll have a good year. I think the midfield's looking quite good. And Bucko back as well. That's a big one. Um, I think he was a huge miss last season when we lacked leadership. He was someone who just didn't replace, and obviously replacing Keith Ugly with Keith Ugly, I suppose. But um, yeah, he's obviously it's obviously great to have him back. And the forward areas and the wingers as well. That's completely fine as well. We've got a lot of power, firepower up top with the likes of Afalabi, Dean Williams, Dylan Connolly, Chris Twardek, players like McDade who kind of didn't really get going, but maybe with a pre-season under their belts. John O'Sullivan as well, with a pre-season under him and McDade with a pre-season under their belts. Maybe we'll see a different player from two different players. Uh, from what we saw when they came in the summer. I think it's all about trying to get into Europe this year. Whether we'll do that or not, I'm not sure. There's a lot of competition for those kind of top three, four spots, I suppose. Dundalk have they've signed a few half decent players, a few players from abroad that maybe nobody's really heard of. Same with Sligo. They've kind of I've looked there before I did the video. That they've only kind of signed a few players from abroad as well, and you know that you just don't know how these players are going to settle into the league. I suppose we've kind of bought more from teams that within the league and who have played in the league and have impressed. You know, like back in Tunde, you know, McDonald had an okay spell, I suppose, at Sligo. Um, you know, we have obviously kept a few players as well that did well for us last year, like Clark and Flores. Obviously it's good to have Talbot back from injury. Um, yeah, I think we need to see a lot more from the players as well. We just what we saw last year wasn't good enough. I think certain players that maybe just weren't good enough have now gone, and there's probably still players that maybe the jury's out on them that um that they mightn't have what it takes to play for Bohs, but hopefully we can see an improvement from them this year anyway. Obviously there was a lot of talk about players like Ali Koo as well. It looks as if he'll be staying. You know, there was a lot of uncertainty about his future, but he hasn't gone anywhere. And obviously the window's closed now. No clubs can come in and bid for him. I think he was under contract, so he'll be staying. As far as he maybe didn't have as good of a season as he did in 2021, but it's suppose there's more options up top, I suppose, but it's defence that's the worrying thing, with the news that Kerr's gone, but reportedly hasn't been confirmed by anybody yet, but it looks as if he has left the club, which is a strange one because we knew even before Kerr went that we were light in the centre half area, and we needed options and numbers there quickly, and there was a few players on trial. I think there was a Polish centre half on trial. There was a right back on trial as well. There was a few players. Rob Cornwall came back and played a game. I don't think that was ever going to be like on the cards that he was going to come back, but I think he just kind of played to keep fit, I suppose, before heading back to America. But there was nothing just really coming from any of the trialists anyway, so it doesn't look like they were anything special, that the Vine wanted. But um, yeah, I suppose it's just we just gotta hope that something will come in the next few days before the Cork game. Um, in regards to a defender, because we're very very light there, and this it's a big year anyway because last year was so disappointing. We need to be back up challenging for Europe. Um, there's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a lot of competition for it this year. I assume, I'll have my table prediction video out in the next few days or week. But I kind of like to do it as soon as, as soon as possible um, from the, sorry, I don't know, from the kind of, start of the season. Sorry, I don't know why that took forever to come out of my mouth, but, I like to do it kind of close to the season starts. So, but that'll be out in the next few days, in the next week or so. But it's gonna be there's gonna be a lot of competition for places up the top of the table. I assume Rovers will be there. Rovers and Derry will be the two teams that maybe compete for the title the most. It'll probably be between us, Pats, Dundalk, Sligo, for that kind of European spot. You've got your kind of teams that are going to be, are going to be down the bottom. Your Shelbournes, your Drogheds, your Cork, your UCDs, obviously. But like I said, table prediction video will be out in the next week or so. Um, but for us, I think it's just about we need to get back amongst the challengers for Europe. I think we've got the squad that's good enough to do it. We've signed some good players. I think Conley's a very good sign. I think that could be a sure bit of business. Same with Akintunde. He's done really well with Derry. Um, Derry fans are very sad to see him go. Afolabi as well. I think he could almost be like a new signing because he only played what 2 or 3 games before getting injured last year, and he's come back now and he's looked very good in pre-season. He's getting amongst the goals. Um, so this could be a very big season for him. Bill goes back. You've got options in midfield with Flores, Clark. Players who did really well for us last year. They're kind of the only shining lights in a pretty poor ball side last year. Let's be honest. We got rid of some of the players that we knew weren't good enough. Your Max Murphys, your juniors. Players that weren't really up to level that we wanted to be at. And I think it's just we need to be up there challenging. I think the boys the man to do that. But I think first we need to get some signings. We need to get some defenders. Everywhere else, I think we're fine. Midfield, attack, we're looking good. We're looking strong. But I think it's just the defense that is the only worry at the minute. But obviously, I'll do a preview for the core game. When it's closer to the game, and I'm sure we're all looking forward to it. It'd be a good day out. Good away game. Haven't been to Cork in a while. Since they've been they got relegated there in what 2020. Um, so I'm sure it'll be a good trip. And yeah, let's just think positive ahead of 2023. Look, new manager. Got some good signs in the door, and fingers crossed. We'll get some defenders in the door over the next week or so. So, yeah, that's where I'll end it. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment down below your thoughts heading into 2023, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.